Handicap of 3 goals, Charlie Hanbury. The number 2 off 6 goals, Mark Tomlinson. At 3, another 6 goal, Juan Gris Zavaleta. And at back, one of England's highest rated players off 7 goals, Luke Tomlinson. Meeting them man for man, Jean-Francois Decaux, the patron of La Bamba, off 0 goals at the front. The number 2, 10-goaler, Gonzalito. At number 3, his brother also off 10 goals, Facundo Perez. And at back, playing off 1, Thomas Garbarini. So 2 sets of brothers, the Argentine brothers against the English brothers, Tomlinson against Perez. The weaker on paper this afternoon, 21-goal team playing 22, one and only Paul Withers. And they're almost underway. Apes Hill from left to right, La Bamba down towards the scoreboard. La Bamba, formerly known as the Brittany Polo Club. The ball goes in, the start of play in this quarter-final. It's Hanbury who steals the play away. Through comes Facundo. Perez just takes it away, passes the halfway line, has Tomlinson with him, needs the backup of the number 4 player, Garbarini. Now Zavaleta steals it for Apes Hill, pushing it forward. Zavaleta in control, Garbarini with the hook, but he's well backed up though. It's still Apes Hill on the move, Hanbury on the way to goal, called off by Zavaleta. The black shirts retreat in defence, but Zavaleta gets the shot, and the first goal to Apes Hill. Quickly in the opening minutes, eradicating the handicap. Those of you watching polo for the first time, each time a goal is scored, they come back to the centre and they change ends. Zavaleta, just wrong-footed by the opposition. Now Luke Tomlinson. Well, you saw what happened there. It was Gonzalito seeing the opportunity at the front. I think it's a 5B, hit from the centre, in favour of Apes Hill and Luke Tomlinson. Pushing the ball into La Bamba's ground. Tomlinson, the lofted shot, moving forward. Zavaleta's there. Mark Tomlinson doesn't quite get the chance. Facundo Perez straight onto the line, turns the play around. Decaux will come through and back up Gonzalito, but already there, Charlie Hanbury, but he couldn't quite steal it clear. It's the black shirts of La Bamba on the move, but in defence, Luke Tomlinson gets possession back, drives it forward. Zavaleta perfectly placed for the pass. It's Zavaleta looking for goal number 2 for his personal tally. In comes the defence of Facundo Perez. The whistle goes right in front of goal. We'll wait for the with Mark Tomlinson in defence, causing the infringements. And Luke Tomlinson puts it through. Goal number 2 for Apes Hill. A very easy penalty shot. So interchange again. La Bamba seeing their goal in handicap eradicated by Apes Hill so early on in the game. Tomlinson, big challenge from Gonzalito. The whistle goes. Well, Gonzalito came in very strongly there. The ground shouldn't be given. So a spot hit for Apes Hill midway through the first chucking. Gonzalito sends in the pass right up at the front. Apes Hill on the move. Hanbury's up there. Now a chance for Mark Tomlinson through towards goal, and it's goal number 3. Well, it's largely English side. Well, Apes Hill again win the throw in. Zavaleta being pushed forwards. Garbarini comes back in defence still. Zavaleta as the play on the near side leaves. Just puts it out of play. Over the boards. Zavaleta. Oh, fantastic cut shot in towards goal. Through comes Mark Tomlinson, but he's not needed. An amazing goal there for Juan Zavaleta and Apes Hill. Well, a great first chucker for them. Well, Julian Appleby lining up the teams. Won't have any nonsense from the ranks, and it's La Bamba, still this one, Facundo. Whoa, Facundo Perez is being blocked by Zavaleta. Gonzalito controlling the number 3. Facundo still in possession, now sends in the pass. Gonzalito riding forwards, the stick raised as Mark Tomlinson comes through. 2 English brothers. Mark and Luke, all the way from the Beaufort in Gloucestershire, playing great polo. England international players. Luke Tomlinson hits the ball across the ground, hoping to find Zavaleta, but the whistle goes. And the still show. Well, you couldn't stop that one in a million years. Right over the scoreboard, a fantastic shot from Facundo. Mark Tomlinson steals it from in front of Gonzalito. Going back, Alabama's number one, their patron, Jean-Francois Decaux. But it's Apes Hill on the move. Mark Tomlinson, ridden away by Facundo. The backhand from Decaux, well, could prove useful, but Luke Tomlinson, the first one to turn around, hit the backhand. Deflected off the stick of Gonzalito. Hanbury, the shot in towards the target. And I think I heard the whistles blow. Well, spot hit for Facundo. Defended well in front of goal. Sends the pass right up to Gonzalito. This double act that eventually won the Argentine Open with Elestina. Third time lucky in the final. The challenge from Zavaleta. Still Gonzalito pushing forwards. He fell friends from Jackson Row. They seem to have them in plentiful supply this afternoon. Well, the penalty taken from the centre. It's Facundo on the way through towards goal. Zavaleta won't stop him. Facundo, it's an angle, took the shot, and it's a long way wide. Maybe a chance missed by Labamba. Big shot forward, Apes Hill, straight through, is Mark Tomlinson, connects beautifully, centres it up in front of goal. Gonzalito gaining with every stride as he returns in defence, but it's still Mark Tomlinson all the way to goal. And Tomlinson makes it number 5 for Apes Hill. And there's the bell, the end of the first chukker. Well, 6 goals in that opening period. You rely on their 2 single stars. Luke Tomlinson sends in the pass. It's Apes Hill on the move. Mark Tomlinson. Hanbury gets the shot in towards the flags. Doesn't quite get the angle. Pushes it wide. Facundo Perez. Facundo keeps possession under pressure from Mark Tomlinson. Coming through behind is Zavaleta. He steals it. The whistles blow. Facundo. Perez family dominated polo for many years. Father Gonzalo, 10 goals, played with the fabulous Elliston team throughout the 80s and 90s. And now passes the mantle to his 2 sons, both 10 goalers. Facundo Perez hits a huge shot. And wow, the goal judge says goal, fantastic. And from here, I wasn't quite sure, but a magnificent goal from Facundo Perez. A little clatter of sticks, and it's Apes Hill comes out the winner. Oh, a very, very quick turn there from Mark Tomlinson. Tries to outwit Garbarini. Sends in the pass for Luke. And back in defence, Facundo sends it to the boards. Waiting for the ricochet is Zavaleta. The backhand shot. Apes Hill still on the move in towards goal. Hanbury right up at the front. Doesn't quite get a hold of the ball. Luke Tomlinson now riding the grey pony under pressure from Garbarini. Surrounded by the black shirts. In comes Gonzalito, steals it away, pounces on the mistake, now takes the game back towards Apes Hill, down at the clubhouse end, keeps the ball, waits for his team to get in position. Gonzalito under pressure from Zavaleta, it's ridden out, Gonzalito, there's the experience. Well, Mark Tomlinson was coming the other way. Luke Tomlinson from the spot. Big challenge for Mark in that last play. And a long ball sent through towards Zavaleta. Already the scorer of 2 great goals. Hanbury takes it though, and a beautiful goal from him. Inspired play from Apeshill. He wasn't going to waste time dribbling it through the more than capable of pulling back. 2 10-goal players. And they know each other's games inside out, played with Elliston. And they won this tournament last season. And Facundo in possession. Facundo under pressure from Luke, left for Gonzalito, sends up the pass to the front. Garbarini, a backhand from Hanbury, playing great polo this afternoon. Zavaleta just nearly has it stolen by Garbarini. Now Gonzalito comes through, the pressure on Zavaleta. He retains a cool head. Jean-Francois Decaux stays with him, wins the ride-off. Now the ball taken on by Gonzalito, takes it on the volley. Still in possession, Labamba in towards the flag. Zavaleta can do nothing but chase. Labamba on the way to goal. The sticks are up in the air as it comes out to the side. This time Hanbury can't clear it, too far forwards for him. And it's left for Mark Tomlinson, deep in the corner. And the whistle eventually came. Tomlinson. So that takes it on, conditions worsening as we continue. Facundo takes the big shot in towards goal, and he really can't do anything wrong. Goal number 4 for Labamba. Facundo Perez, 2 fantastic goals. Apeshill, Hanbury comes through, challenges Gonzalito. But they want to close this gap by the end of the chucker. It's Gonzalito ahead of Hanbury. Looks to the front, Garbarini trying to control Mark Tomlinson in defence. Gonzalito has one awesome next shot towards goal. Can he find the angle? Garbarini with a backhand, couldn't get there. And the ball left for Jean-Francois Decaux. Across the flags it goes, unluckily for the patron. Couldn't convert it. And we'll have a hit in from the back line. Quickly taken. Luke Tomlinson. Still Tomlinson controlling the play. Now sends up the pass for Hanbury. Chips it forwards, tries to get past Jean-Francois Decaux. Leaves it behind. The challenge made by Jean-Francois made the difference. Now Garbarini, he leaves it behind and it could prove a costly mistake. Zavaleta steals it now for Apeshill, but forced to turn around. The pressure. Facundo from the spot of the infringement drives the ball down the ground, finds Gonzalito. He takes the first bell. 30 seconds to bring this up to score and close the gap on Apeshill. It's Gonzalito under pressure from Luke Tomlinson. And Gonzalito sends in the monster drive right up to the front. Charlie Hanbury in defence, and he puts it wide. A chance miss. And the weather's subsided. Going on nice and soft, to say the least. And Luke Tomlinson from the back line restarts play right up at the front. Rather Mark and Zavaleta just waiting for the pass should it come. And Luke Tomlinson now unloads the big one. Mark Tomlinson. Now Jean-Francois Decaux cuts the ball across the ground. Facundo Perez rides on to the new line. Facundo just waits. Knows that brother Gonzalito will take out Tomlinson, leaving the way clear for him. Well, at least he did the first time. Now he takes on Mark as he rides up for the pass. Facundo still there, weaving his way through, doesn't commit to a course of action as yet, keeps possession. And Jean-Francois free at the front. And Facundo still just motoring through towards goal. Look at this. It seems to be in slow motion. Facundo Perez just cuts his way through the defence, gets the shot in towards goal, and there's another one for La Bamba. Great play. Well, now we have a game on our hands, just a goal between them, and it's Apes Hill in possession. Mark Tomlinson, Zavaleta calling as he moves up. Zavaleta's found a little bit of space, and the group gets the retaliation, doesn't quite get there, avoids the goalpost, and the ball runs wide. Not the most pleasant way to enjoy polo of this quality. Even harder to be playing, with a chance of the semi-final at stake this afternoon. Facundo Perez sends the ball up for Gonzalito. Garbarini in turn going forwards, and it's the double act. Gonzalito back to Facundo. This time Luke Tomlinson perfectly placed himself in a good position, turns the play around. Garbarini has to come back. Tomlinson against Facundo, having their own little private battle. Facundo Perez looks like a merry-go-round in the middle of the ground as he takes the play forwards. La Bamba, look at the play from Facundo Perez, arguably one of the finest players, alongside his brother Adolfo Cambiasso. Garbarini right at the back, now chasing down Mark Tomlinson, forces the air of the ball left in front of goal. No one in the black shirt who can do anything with it. Tomlinson comes back and brings it through to safety. Gonzalito just alongside. Tomlinson leaves for Zavaleta, who lofts it over the heads of the opposition. Luke Tomlinson in position. It's Tomlinson, a huge hook there from Garbarini, stretching a long way forwards, but no one's controlling Charlie Hanbury. It's Hanbury moving forward. Apes Hill, it's going to be another one for them. Charlie Hanbury, whoa, just pushes it wide. Well, great play from the team in the middle of the ground. Hanbury unfortunate not to finish. That's pressure. Oh, La Bamba breathe a sigh of relief. Facundo brings it back into play. Hanbury and Deco up on the halfway line. Zavaleta will chase down Facundo Perez. Perez gets a little bit caught up the sticky ground in the middle of the ground now. Garbarini sends in the pass. Facundo right there, just waiting for it to come his way. Tomlinson in defence, but he won't stop it. Facundo Perez, another great goal from him. Gets the... Well, everyone who's ever lived in Gloucestershire shouting for Apes Hill. Always a great deal of support for this team wherever they play. And the ball just out of play. Once again, they line up for the throw-in. Gillian Appleby sending in the ball only as far as Tomlinson. Zavaleta comes in to help out his number two. Zavaleta sees a little bit of room to manoeuvre, taking it forward. Zavaleta more than capable of finishing this one into the centre. It's going to be a big neck shot in towards goal. He gets the angle. Is it strong enough? And it's Gonzalito Perez. Great defensive work. Just steals it away under pressure from Mark Tomlinson. Now Tomlinson has a chance to return the ball into the danger zone. Tomlinson still there. And it goes across the flag. Zavaleta will chase it. Will he have the time to turn this and get the angle this time? He gets the goal, and Apes Hill and moves back into the lead. 7 goals lead. There goes the bell. The end of the first half. And Apes Hill don't get a better qualified stick chick in the game, do you? I think that's Claire Tomlinson just wiping them off down there. Highest rated female player off 5 goals for so many years. Just just as tough as the boys as well. She's doing that as a proud mother today. So here we go, underway in the second half. Thank God you brought an extra jacket. And a big shot, Zavaleta just watching, crosses the gold. Well, Gonzalito disappointed with his efforts. And we prepare for the hit in Facundo Perez. Gonzalito ahead, takes on the pass. Gonzalito looks forward to see who's there. Jean-Francois Decaux, but also in defence, Luke Tomlinson. The ball runs away, the ground very sticky. And Divasin quite quickly as well. Makes you wonder why you trod in so vigorously at half-time. Now Luke Tomlinson cancelled by Gonzalito. Charlie Hanbury, the backup man, on the way to goal. Facundo in defence. Steers it away from danger, but it's still in the goal mouth from Zavaleta. Wow, an easy little shot from there. Gets another one for Apes Hill. A tenacious team, Apes Hill. Ends change once again. And Labamba coming through. Decaux gets himself hooked by Zavaleta. Now Juan just slowing things down, waits for Tomlinson to keep the way clear of Facundo Perez. Challenge made, left for Tomlinson. Working well together, Zavaleta and Luke Tomlinson, who eventually sends in the pass. Charlie Hanbury right up there in position. Easily spotted in that fabulous orange cap. Now turns on the pace, it's Hanbury away from Decaux. Hanbury all the way to goal. Another one for Apes Hill. Well, the weather conditions. Apes Hill again win the throw in. Hanbury coming through, but Decaux with a backhand shot. Facundo Perez picks up on the near side. Zavaleta just behind Garbarini. Facundo just waits. Moving forwards, Decaux in position. Well, the ball doesn't quite get as much distance as he was hoping. It gives Tomlinson a chance, but he couldn't do anything with it. Now Facundo, Tomlinson just plays it back. A big, strong turn there from Mark Tomlinson. But Gonzalito coming through on the line, now intercepted by Charlie Hanbury. Decaux comes back. Actually makes life a little easier for Charlie, able to play it back, but he's taken out by Garbarini, who sets up Facundo, the number 3, on the way through towards goal, looking for goal number 7. Zavaleta back in defence, but it's Labamba and Facundo Perez. Oh, great play from this man. 10 goals. The same thing happening in this fourth chukker. And Gonzalito, well, just staying out of the throw-in, out of trouble. And the pass came his way. Tomlinson gaining with every strike. Can the pony take him all the way? Gonzalito plays it a long way forward. And Gonzalito is taking his time to return to the centre, completing the quartet for Labamba. Areco, big centre of pony breeding in Argentina. This time it's Garbarini who takes it forwards. Labamba on the attack, kept off the play by Mark Tomlinson. And Facundo steals it again. Look at this, we're going to be looking at the equaliser, I'm sure. Facundo Perez right out on his own. Garbarini just backs him up as if it was necessary, and Facundo Perez gets the equaliser. 9 goals apiece. Gonzalito with the backhand shot. The whistle goes. Oh, yeah, this. Luke Tomlinson. And the pass sent in. Mark Tomlinson. Facundo quick to react, but it's Tomlinson. Waits for Zavaleta. Takes the bell and the pass. Up towards goal. Can Zavaleta finish it? Cancelled out by Garbarini. Still in play, and Facundo Perez steals it away from danger. Is there time to make up the ground down this Queen's Ground? Gonzalito on a flying pony. Luke Tomlinson coming back strongly too, but it's Gonzalito on the line. Tomlinson will try to cut him off as he approaches the flags. Gonzalito couldn't control the bouncing ball, and Mark Tomlinson checks up, plays the backhand shot, deflected off a stick, but there's the second bell, the end of the chukker. That's the second bell, gentlemen. Oh, that will end the fourth chukker. The action restarted. Zavaleta out of the front. Great play from Apes Hill. Can they take it down the ground and finish off at the scoreboard end? Zavaleta connects beautifully. Well, a 6-goal handicap, you wouldn't believe it, playing like a true demon of the game. Zavaleta, can he finish? He can't quite. Ooh. Well, it looks good. Not quite good enough. Well, hugely unlucky Juan Zavaleta. A big run through towards goal. Under pressure, the big guns chasing him down, forcing the error. So Labamba breathes a sigh of relief. Because the commentators have not said anything nice about him, I'm sure he would have scored. Now Gonzalito leaves it for Facundo. Facundo being pushed out by Zavaleta. And Facundo, all the experience. Relatively short career to date. Gonzalito cancelled by Luke Tomlinson. Now Decaux sends it to the boards on the north side. Decaux tries to leave it for Gonza, his number 2. Oh, he gets away with it. Look at the play from Gonzalito, just evading. Zavaleta, Garbarini there in support. And Zavaleta has it stolen by Facundo. Plays it away from Charlie Hanbury. Facundo Perez hits it skyward, waits to see where it falls. Hanbury straight through in defence. Deflects it away from imminent danger. And it runs out of play. Once again, the ball thrown in. Good and clean tunnel between the teams. Zavaleta does well, but Gonzalito retreats in defence. Will try to turn this into the offensive play. Gonzalito up to the centre of the ground. Zavaleta still coming with him. Forces the mistake. Zavaleta. Oh, can he keep it past Garbarini? Wouldn't get the second shot. Gonza with the backhand. Facundo straight onto that one. The anticipation of these two brothers working so well. Well, it's often said in polo, brothers who play have this certain telepathy. Obviously know each other's games inside out. And now Facundo on the way through towards goal. Can Labamba put themselves in the lead? Sends in the shot. Decaux there. Hanbury rides him out of the equation, and the ball sent wide and away from danger. Luke Tomlinson. Sadly, the weather conditions again taking a turn for the worse. Zavaleta leaves it for Luke at the back. Tomlinson finds some space on his own. He's unchallenged. Gonzalito comes back with him. This to put Apes Hill back in the lead. Mark Tomlinson takes it on up towards goal. Facundo couldn't get the backhand, and they get it. The goal made by Luke, finished by Mark. Well, the winners of this game will take home the Gerard Lee Cup. Late Colonel Gerard Lee, G to his friends. Long-serving chairman of Gauss Polo Club, also will win through to the semi-finals of the Queen's Cup, the final of which will be played on this very ground a week from today. Facundo Perez doesn't want the lead to reopen. And for Apes Hill, back in defence comes Luke Tomlinson, but the whistle goes. Off changing ponies, trying to get the early advantage. It's Zavaleta moving down the ground, couldn't get the volley. Now Garbarini turns the play, coming through behind is Mark Tomlinson. Luke behind him, Facundo, Gonzalito back on the ground. Mark Tomlinson gets ridden out by Gonza. Now it's Facundo Perez. Well, very difficult to play those skillful shots in such conditions. And the ball left on the boards. Zavaleta. You can hear the cries of support for Apes Hill. Gonzalito making the challenge. The ball out of play, and the whistle goes also. A penalty shot is awarded to Apes Hill. Oh, Gonzalito Perez made a strong challenge. And Luke Tomlinson sends the pass in for brother Luke. Back in defence comes Facundo, but Mark Tomlinson looks unstoppable. He gets the goal. Back in play. And all. Spot hit for Labamba. Not many seconds to the first bell. Indeed, there it goes. Facundo knows now he has half a minute of play to take this through to score. Left behind, Charlie Handry deflects it. Gonzalito, quick to react. Zavaleta coming through, but Gonzalito had the line. Now Tomlinson. Mark for Apes Hill, stolen by Garbarini. And the whistle goes to end the chucker. Look forward if you weren't holding umbrellas. Tense times for our teams. By Apes Hill, marshalling there. And it looks like a penalty 3. He pushes it wide. Well, the pressure and the conditions obviously having an effect on Facundo Perez. You wouldn't expect a 10-goaler to miss from 30 yards in perfect conditions. But as we know, these are far from perfect. And Luke Tomlinson sends the ball away. Mark waiting on the boards, returns the favour, and it's Luke Tomlinson who gets away. Look at the tactics. It's played off. Luke Tomlinson recovers well. He goes away. Facundo Perez on his tail. It's Tomlinson against Perez. And Luke Tomlinson takes it on the near side. Protects the line still. Tomlinson towards goal, and he gets the goal. Wow, phenomenal play. Well, Apes Hill have really taken this game to Labamba this afternoon. Facundo Perez needs a goal here to stay in contention. Garbarini behind with Charlie Handry, still Facundo at the front. Both Tomlinsons back in defence. Facundo forced to turn around left for Garbarini. Zavaleta. too far forward. It's Mark Tomlinson who whips the ball away, and it's Luke and Charlie Hanbury coming down the boards, and they knock it out of play. Well, time. The age-old enemy, just 5 minutes remaining on the clock, and precious seconds elapsing on the ball. Hit out over the sideboards. Precious time for La Bamba. And the whistle goes. As Zavaleta in support. Now the challenge made by Facundo. Won by La Bamba, and now Tomlinson forced onto the back foot. Garbarini leaves it behind. Hanbury can do nothing now. Gonzalito gets himself cancelled by Mark Tomlinson. The ball still running forwards for La Bamba. Hanbury controlling the line. Good play from Charlie Hanbury. Facundo Perez was there. And La Bamba playing the shorter distance to their target goal. Gonzalito. Zavaleta stays with him. Gonzalito turns this one around in towards Facundo Perez. Facundo still under pressure as Zavaleta and Mark Tomlinson's contend with. Zavaleta comes out with it. So a penalty 2 for La Bamba. Well, you couldn't ask for a better penalty shot. Facundo Perez. Apes Hill, away they come from the throw-in, attacking strongly. Tomlinson. Garbarini comes back. Hanbury's there. Mark Tomlinson. Just lost it in the divoted ground. It gives Gonzalito a chance. And Luke Tomlinson straight back in defence. The big shot sent up to Facundo. Tomlinson with the backhand sends it to relative safety on the board. Zavaleta brings it further into his own half. Now turned around Tomlinson. And Charlie Hanbury up at the front. Here's a good 7 lengths clear of Gonzalito Perez. A lovely approach shot, just overshoots the target. Charlie Hanbury. Well, it's still in play, and Hanbury tries to turn it around. Tomlinson there for Apes Hill. Still they attack. 2 minutes remain. And Facundo brings it across the flags. Luke Tomlinson coming back. It's Mark riding alongside. Now Gonzalito. Luke Tomlinson stays with him. 2-goal deficit. 2 minutes remain. And it's La Bamba in possession. Can they bring this match down to level pegging? Gonzalito called off by Facundo. He checks behind him. Has a look at the scoreboard. Has a look at the clock. Facundo Perez now left for Gonzalito, who runs with it. Zavaleta applies the pressure. Facundo Perez now there with Mark Tomlinson rather. Facundo in possession. Well, it's not an easy attack in towards goal from there. And now Gonza on the run to the flags. This to put them within 1. Still with a minute to play. And Deco into the centre. Zavaleta gets the clearance shot, and it now looks ever more likely that Apes Hill have won a place in the semi-finals of the Harcourt Queen's Cup for 2009. Zavaleta. Still Zavaleta. They could hit it out of play. Well, Facundo Perez waiting for the hook. Apes Hill 2-3 seasons ago. And they've come into the final stage of conditions for this penalty 4. Well, it's a good strong shot and a lovely goal from Luke. And they still move up to 13, and it won't be unlucky for them. 13 goals to 10. They'll come back to the centre, but already La Bamba know it's all over. It certainly is now. There it goes, the final bell, and 8-0 against Lechuza Caracas. We still await confirmation of the result from the Argentine Ambassadors Cup at Calgary. Our other quarter-final had to play in Sumaya, although Sumaya had a very healthy lead at the end of the fifth chukker. There will be a presentation in front of the Royal Box.